And we are back. 17? Episode 17?
17.
17. Lucky numbers? Well, not lucky, but 17. We're
Yeah.
back with the Purple Rain podcast with Simply and Sutton. Welcome back. How we doing? Sound off. Let us know. And I don't think if they know, we have an Instagram account now.
Yeah, we do.
Just follow
We
it.
do. You should follow that Instagram account. It's actually right above my head up here at the Purple Rain Podcast. It's also down below in the little ticker scroller bar at the bottom at the Purple Rain Podcast on Instagram. Yeah, like Alex said, man, shout out to the Rain Gang. What's up to the Rain Gang? Let us know you're here in the comment section. I know we kicked off a little bit later than expected tonight. My apologies for that. I was getting some stuff together, but here we are nonetheless.
We're here.
Yes, we are here and we are ready for our review of this also so important game tonight. Not tonight, but on Saturday.
Yes.
Jesus,
Prime time.
man. Prime
Prime
time.
time
You know, we're back in the same spot that we were in last season. Saturday night, prime time game, divisional matchup.
Yeah.
This is where our season ended. So this is where we have to, take that next step. So it's a big game for us, a very big game for us. We're going to talk all about it. Shout out to the Rain Gang. I see you guys pouring in the chat.
Let's go.
If you're new here so far, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you like the content. And yeah, before we go any further, I just want to do a little drip check, if you will, on my guy, on my Simply AS10. Let's see what he's. First of all, let's just see what he's got on first. What does he got on? What are you wearing, bro?
Brand new. Brand new.
Yeah.
Ravens jersey. Not Peter Bulware. Not Elvis Doomerville. LJ Fort. Our guy.
LJ. Yes,
Yes.
sir. LJ Fort. It's funny. I was actually just watching the that Bills game that we played him last year in, and he had that LJ Fort had that big sack on Josh Allen like late in the game, and I got so hyped, bro. So shout out to LJ Fort. He's a beast. Hopefully he, steps up in a big way this week. We're hoping on that first interception for my guy LJ Fort. But yeah, just a quick little drip check for what my guy Alex has on. But if you notice, he also's got something in the background as well.
Ooh.
So if you want to, direct our attention over there, what do you got over there, bro?
It's not Marquise Brown. No. I think we've come to the conclusion. It's Hollywood.
Yeah.
It is Hollywood. It's a signed Hollywood jersey. Met him last year around December 19. Wow. Back when things were normal. Got him to sign it, met him. So yeah. Had to bring it up here because it's a big game and big players step up. He stepped up last week. So we're looking at him step up again this week. I wouldn't mind another 7-catch performance, over 100 yards, maybe a touchdown this week.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully, man. Hopefully. A touchdown would be, I'm feeling a Hollywood touchdown. I'm really feeling that, honestly. We'll get to our bold predictions and everything like that for this coming up game. We'll get to that a little bit later. But yeah, guys, I want to kind of know, how is first and foremost, I want to know the chat's opinion. I want to know you guys' feelings. What are you guys feeling going into this divisional matchup against the Bills? Are we feeling confident? Are we feeling a little bit worried? Are we as worried as we were against the Titans going into that game? Are we what are we feeling like? What's morale like in the Ravens flock right now? How are we feeling, guys? Let us know in the comments. How are you feeling though, Alex? Are you nervous? Are you feeling super confident about this game? On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident do you feel about this game on Saturday?
I'll give it a 5. The Bills, we were just talking about this a few weeks ago. Are they the scariest team in the league? I mean, and I think they were up there with the Chiefs, and now we got them. We got them. So I'm confident in our guys, but the Bills are a great team. They have absolutely. A great coach, got a great quarterback, got a great offense, and got some great pieces on defense. So it's going to be a good game, and I have a lot more respect for the Bills than I do for the Titans. So if we were to lose, I could definitely eat this one easier than if, say, we were to lose the Titans again. But it's a team I have respect for, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. What about you?
Man, honestly, I feel confident. I feel very confident. But, you can't sleep on any team in the NFL playoffs. They're all cream of the crop teams, especially at this point. Even one game into the playoffs, you're still playing with the best of the best, in this divisional matchup, divisional round, rather. But I am confident, though. I have all the confidence in our boys. I feel like we match up well, actually, against them. And, we'll talk a little bit more about that a little bit later. But I'm feeling confident. The chat is agreeing with me, at least some of them. Let's see. Let's just go through here. Somebody saying a little nervous. Cruz
I get that.
Hernandez. Nicholas
I'm there
Branch
with
says more confident than the Titans game. Darius says, real confident, man. I got 23-14 Ravens. We'll also get into some score predictions, but Darius has given us an early score prediction there. 23-14. That's very interesting. Let's see. Fatal Storm Clan. Shout out to Fatal Storm Clan, man. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for being patient tonight. Everybody who was waiting in the chat before we went live, thank you guys for being so patient. He says, scared because of Josh Allen. Understandable. Yeah. Josh Allen's been hooping. He's been balling, man.
MVP candidate.
Crazy. Yeah, a little worried. Good game. Excited. People said 6, confidence, 8 confidence, 10 Ravens win. Tony B Moore 7124. Wow. All the confidence in the world.
I like that.
Shout out to him, man. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Michael the Hawks fan says Lamar is about to go off. I saw one thing in here that was talking about somebody said that they were concerned because of the snow.
Yeah, I saw it. Looks like it's going to snow.
Yeah. So, I mean, what are you thinking about that? First of all, does anybody know if the percentage has changed, like for the percentage of how likely it is to snow? Because the other day I know it was 40%. Has that went up at all or down at all? Does anybody know? Let us know in the chat if you guys.
I can pull it up right now.
Okay.
Let me see if it will pull up. Okay, it won't pull up Orchard Park. So it's showing 40% still.
Okay.
But the low is 32 and the high is 36. So don't know what type of snow it's going to be.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Well, see, my thing is like the game's going to be played at night. So the game's going to kick off at around 8:00. 32 degrees is the point where water freezes. That's the degree where water freezes. So as long as it doesn't get any lower than that, I don't really expect a whole lot of like slipping and sliding out there. It might be a little bit, harder to throw the ball, which I think favors us actually. But yeah, and I wanted to talk to you about that as well. Like, how do you think the weather impacts this game? Say if it does snow, and I like our odds for it to not snow, but if it does, how do you think that impacts both teams?
I think it plays towards our advantage. We're a run-first team. It comes down to that, like unofficial stuff Godfather said. Whose run game is better? And if you're looking at J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards against Devin Singletary, and they just signed Devonta Freeman on their practice squad, I'm taking J.K. and Gus. It's funny because Gus Edwards was doing the press today, and he was like, if it snows, we'll go out there and we'll see how it feels. And this will be kind of like that game against the Browns. The cleats, they're going to be a big, big factor. You can't have Lamar running around slipping.
No.
Because we saw what happened. And when he changed them cleats, he turned into a different player.
Yeah.
But I definitely think it's going to come down to the run game. I like our run game over anybody else's in the league.
Yeah, honestly, man, me too. Devon Johnson, he's got it. He's hitting the nail on the head right here. He says that's why you bring your run game and physicality this time of year, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
When it gets down to this wintertime football and it's real cold outside, it really comes down to toughness, and who can be more physical, who can out physical who. And I think that's what we did to the Titans last week. We really imposed our will. And you saw that in the battle of the trenches as well. And that's another thing that, I kind of want to talk about. Like the trenches in this game are going to be so important. So important. Whoever can be more physical at the line of scrimmage, their team is going to be winning the football game. I am a firm believer in that.
Speaking of the Titans, did you watch the Ravens Wired for this week?
I did. Yes.
And you could tell. I'm so happy one of our guys in the trenches was mic'd up in Calais Campbell.
Yeah.
Because just seeing, what they were doing, the whole brotherhood they have, him and Derek Wolfe, we keep that going. This team will be very scary if they win this week.
It's funny you bring up Calais Campbell. I was actually watching the Rich Eisen show. And
that came recommended. I meant to watch that. I'll have to watch it still.
He came on there and he was just talking about because Rich Eisen he asked Calais Campbell like, hey, what was all the the barking about to the Titans players before the game and stuff like that, and he's like, I'm not like really one to talk trash, but like football is a very emotional game and you can get the edge if you have the the right emotions.
Yeah.
So he was basically just more so of just like going out there and just, letting those guys know that, hey, look, we're going to be here all day. We're going to be physical all day. So it's not going to be easy. So like, he just understands. You appreciate a player like Calais Campbell for just understanding that mental and emotional advantage that you do get with the game of football. It's not always physical. I mean, it comes down to that.
Yeah.
But, it's a very emotional game, especially when you're playing with the elite of the elite. So I'm glad he understands that. Shout out to Calais Campbell, by the way.
It's absolute vet. He should have been a Raven from the start. Sucks we have him now, but if we get him that ring, I think he'll be pretty happy with his career so far. It's all he's missing, to be honest. He has everything else except that ring.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. See what we have going on in the chat right now. Oh, let's see. We have our Phineas. What's up, Phineas? Says Rain Gang. Devon Johnson says Gus the Tesla truck. Do you think that Gus is probably going to get, you think he's going to have a really good game this week?
You can't be asking me Gus questions. I'm going to be biased 100%. He's going to have a hell of a game. hell of a game.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to spoil anything, but check out maybe a new Gus video tomorrow on my channel, Simply AS10. Not. You may have heard it here first. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, hey. I'm liking his chances, especially if it's a snow game. I know last year he trucked one of their players. He ran him over so bad. Dude came out the game. Yeah, and that's the type of runners we got to have. And even this week, J.K. Dobbins, last week, he ran over Kenny Vaccaro in the end zone. He won the angry run of the week.
Ooh. I didn't even notice that during the game.
Right. It couldn't happen to a nicer guy in Kenny Vaccaro. So we got two guys that'll run you over and they'll let you know. So I do like that in our run guys.
And seeing a guy like J.K. Dobbins just run a guy over like that, that's so promising, isn't it? He's a rookie. You know what I mean? He's not just an elusive back. He can be that power back, that goal line back if you need him to be, which is, hey, man. People say that, a lot of casual fans of, NFL who don't really pay too much attention to the Ravens. A lot of the times they'll tell me like, oh, why aren't you guys playing Mark Ingram? You guys have Mark Ingram, but you're using J.K. Dobbins. It's like, come on, man.
So you haven't watched us. Like he had, I don't even know if he had a good game. The only good game I would say is maybe the game against the Texans where he had the direct snap touchdown. Mm-hmm. But besides that, he had a lot of 1 yard touchdowns. I know the one against the Washington football team. Yeah. Did he have any other touchdowns this year? Those are the only two that come to my mind.
Nah, I think that was it. Honestly, he said the one against the Texans and then the one against Washington, right?
Yeah, that's the only two that I can really think of. Yeah, and I mean, when we played him against the Patriots, he just didn't look like himself. But he's that vet leader, and we have all the respect in the world for Mark Ingram.
Absolutely.
But just Gus and Jake are just above him right now, and so is Justice Hill for the sole fact he plays special teams.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Our guy KLA Sports. Shout out to KLA Sports, man. Always joining the chat. Thank you for coming through, bro. He says, tomorrow is my birthday. All I want is a Ravens victory in Buffalo. Happy early birthday, man.
Early birthday to our guy KLA Sports. Hey, hopefully get you that birthday dub.
Yes.
We've already had one birthday dub come through, and that was the Jacksonville Jaguars for you. Let's get another one.
Why not? Why not? So, all right, guys. So we're actually going to go ahead and get into our keys to victory for this game against the Buffalo Bills coming up on Saturday night. I see a couple of you guys in the chat bringing up Darius Simmons says, who is you guys' X Factor Sunday? We'll get into that conversation after that, and then we'll do hot takes. I saw somebody else talk about that. We'll get into that a little bit later as well. But keys to victory first. Alex, I want to start with you. Is that okay?
Let's do it.
All right. So keys to victory for the game against the Bills. What do you got for us, bro?
So there's a reason why I'm wearing this jersey, not because LJ is one of my guys, but when we played the Bills last year, he had like 2 or 3 quarterback hits on Josh Allen. One of them resulted in a proper bullshit roughing the passer call. I think they said he went high, but it was a clean hit, if I can remember correctly. And there was another time where LJ and Chuck Clark, Josh Allen was on the run. He threw the ball, and they just leveled him. And then he had the sack, and he took him down by himself. Yeah. So that is one of my first keys, getting to the quarterback, because we have not had any consistent pressure on the quarterback this year, barring Daniel Jones. So we really need to get to the quarterback and make Josh Allen uncomfortable, especially if it's snowing. Keep the ball on the ground, because we saw what our run defense did against the Titans, Devin Singletary is no Derrick Henry. No disrespect. I think Singletary is a great back, but he's not Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is the best running back in the league. I mean, 2,000-yard rusher, you can't argue with that.
Oh, definitely not.
Number 2, they have one of the best route runners, receivers in the league is Stephon Diggs, who went to Maryland. We are all too familiar with him.
Yes.
Secondary has to strap up. They have a great receiving core. Diggs, Beasley, John Brown, McKenzie, Gabriel Davis. It's five great receivers, and if they're all in the field at once, you know what it's going to be. It's going to be a QB draw or a 5-wide pass. So we need our corners. I'm looking at Marlon. He needs to step up. Marcus Peters played a really good game last week. Averett, I have faith in him. And Jimmy Smith, when he was on A.J. Brown, he locked him down. A.J. Brown is a physical receiver. Jimmy Smith is a physical corner. So I wouldn't be surprised if we, would see maybe Marlon Humphrey in the slot where he is his best at on Cole Beasley maybe. And then maybe Marcus Peters, like you said, could be on the outside with Diggs. He does like the bite. Maybe that helps us out.
Yeah.
Then my third key, keep it simple on offense. Pretty simple. Play our game. Let's not turn into somebody who we are not. Looking at you, Greg Roman, you are still not off the hook. This is everybody on the team. We got to play our best ball, and we're playing arguably the hottest team in the NFL right now. So those are my 3 keys. Getting to the quarterback, secondary stepping up and shutting down the receivers, and offense, keep it simple.
Yeah. I mean, I think those are really good keys to victory. Now, I actually want to ask you this. I kind of want to do this kind of hand in hand, I guess.
Okay.
Who do you think for both sides of the ball, so defense and offense, pick one X-factor player for both sides of the ball?
For offense, I'm going to go Miles Boykin.
Boykin.
He didn't have that big catch last week. That big catch turned into a big interception. So I'm going to go Miles Boykin on offense. On defense, he's the reason we went out there before the trade line and picked him up. Yannick Ngakoue, I am looking at you.
Yes.
We need you. You've been in the playoffs with the Jags before. Calais stepped up last week. Now it's your time to step up this week. Let's get a strip forced fumble, and why not take it back if you're feeling good? So I got Miles Boykin on offense, Yannick Ngakoue on defense as my X factors.
Okay, nice. I like those. I like those keys to victory, and I love the X factors.
Thinking about it. Really, I'm thinking about it's because it's a big game. So we have all this time been hearing it on the television shows. Ravens, Bills. So it's my 3.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I like those. And so I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know what mine are, and then I'm going to get into the ones that you guys are putting in the chat. We'll talk about those a little bit, have a nice little discussion about that. Now, my keys to victory for this game, first of all, they're going to try to run the football. We know their run game is not as nearly as potent as ours, like at all. But it's the game of football. In order to pass the ball efficiently, you have to set it up by running the ball efficiently. So I think that, in order for us to stop the run, I think that what they're going to do is try to run away from the Monstars. So I predict a lot of outside runs from Devin Singletary or whoever they're handing the ball off to, whether it be Devonta Freeman, because they know they're not going to be getting like chunk plays up the middle, running right by Calais Campbell and Derek Wolfe and Brandon Williams. That's not going to happen. So I think the only way, or even Matabike, exactly. So I think their best way to try to beat us on the ground is trying to get those outside runs, which is why, where our guys like Matt Judon, our guys like Yannick Ngakoue, our guys like Jahad Ward, they need to set the edge. Yes. That's one of the keys to victory, setting the edge, not allowing their running backs to get around those corners and stopping them on first and second down and setting up obvious, very, very obvious passing situations on second, third, and, possibly even fourth down. So that's probably going to be one of my keys to victory. What did you think about that, bro?
I do like that. I mean, that's 100% facts because they were trying to do it against the Colts. And it didn't work that well because they have a Justin Houston who can set the edge. So I like that. And they have a good defensive line, too, the Colts do, and they really couldn't do much against them.
Yeah, that's true.
Even with Zach Moss as the number 2 back.
So let's see. My second key to victory here, basically, you want to make Josh Allen think twice. You want to make him second guess himself. He is still a younger quarterback, and he really does rely on dropping back, delivering bombs to a Stephon Diggs or across the middle to a Cole Beasley, or maybe even hit you deep on a surprise play deep to John Brown or somebody like that. But what we need to do is make him uncomfortable, make it so he cannot get through all of those reads, and he's thinking twice. So basically what I mean by this is Wink, and this is talking to Wink, don't overdo it with the blitz. I know that Wink said in a press conference earlier this week that, we're still going to be sending a lot of blitzes. We're not changing anything that we're doing. I feel like that could be a little bit of a mind game from Wink.
Yeah.
But, at the same time, statistically speaking, Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the National Football League against the blitz. He has the most passing yards and most touchdowns this season against the blitz. So I feel like, confusing him with different, packages and stuff like that on defense to kind of throw off the looks that Josh Allen's going to be, reading for, that's going to be important for us in order to slow him down. Because if not, if he can predict what we're doing every play, he's going to start pulling the Mahomes. He's going to be dropping back 10, 12 yards and just throwing it over the top. So, I feel like we can rely on having our monsters down there, Calais Campbell, Derek Wolfe, Brandon Williams, and then just saying, hey, look, we're going to drop, 7 back in coverage, and just rush 4. So I think that's a very big possibility. Hopefully that does come to fruition for us, because if we can't make Josh Allen uncomfortable, then, hey, it's going to be a long night. But my last key to
agree when Mahomes was having his way with us.
Exactly. So my last key to victory is this, and this is going to be as simple as day. Run the football. Just like I said last week, we have to be the timekeepers of this game. Control the clock, and if you can control the clock, you can win the game. That's as simple as that. So, running the football, we need those big plays from Gus Edwards. I think that if I had to pick here's my X Factor players from the game. I'm actually going to go 2 on offense. I'm going to go Gus Edwards being the number 1 X Factor. Okay. And the number 2 X Factor for me is going to be, and I would say, here's a disclaimer. One of the X Factors on offense that we're always going to have is Lamar Jackson. He's an X Factor. Yeah. That's a built-in X Factor, But in terms of other guys on our offense, I'm going to go with Gus Edwards, and I'm also going to go with Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews needs to have a very big game, especially if it snows and, situations where we do have to throw the ball. I can definitely see Lamar Jackson favoring Andrews' way, because it's his favorite target and, rough conditions. It's kind of like his security blanket, So when things are breaking down, he'll throw to Mark Andrews. So I think Mark Andrews definitely has to step up and have a big game. Those would be my 2 X Factors on offense. Now on defense, I would probably have to go with my guy, Deshaun Elliott. Deshaun Elliott, the Joker. He's going to be my X Factor on defense because I'm not exactly sure who we'll have primarily on Diggs. I don't know if it's going to be Marlowe. I really don't.
Yeah.
Now, if it's anybody else, honestly, you can put Marcus Peters or Jimmy Smith on him. I would put Marcus Peters on him and have Deshaun Elliott shadowing over the top, because Marcus Peters, he gets burned sometimes, but with the Deshaun Elliott over the top, I have some sort of faith in that, and then just have, Marlon Humphrey and Jimmy Smith locking down Cole Beasley and John Brown. I feel like that could work for us. So yeah, that's going to be my X Factors on offense and defense. And I just want to, let you guys know who are in the chat right now. Let us know who you guys' X Factors are on offense and defense, and what you guys' keys to victory are. Yeah.
I'd love to hear what people say. Do you agree with us? And who do you think could be that guy to give us the win, take us over the top? Because, looking at it now, our X Factor last week was Pernell McPhee on defense. And who would have said that? So it could be somebody out of the blue that we really weren't expecting. It could be a Matabike,
Could be Matabike, man. Could be Jihad Ward. You just
swatting those balls down is a big thing, too, because tip ball could lead to an interception. So we could be talking about this on Monday.
Yeah, that's absolutely true, man. Let's see. We've got in the chat here, Peyton Elizabeth. She says that Joker, for sure, he's a beast. He is a beast, man. I can't wait to see him play on Saturday. Those big hits, they're therapeutic for Ravens fans. You see him smack a tight end or a huge running back or something like that. It's just like, dang, that's our safety putting in work like that, man. You just love to see it.
He's probably my favorite player to watch on defense. I think easily. I think this is what Ravens fans have. We knew the potential was there. Just the injuries, unfortunately. He learned from Weddle and Jefferson. So I think Deshaun Elliott has a super bright future. I really hope he's a Raven for life because he just brings that dog to the safety position that we've been missing since Ed Reed.
Yeah, absolutely. He does. Let's see. Gavin Berger, he asked this question here. He says, could the snow benefit us by making us stick to the run, in your opinion, or is that just a benefit to the Bills who are used to the cold?
We're used to the cold too.
Yeah.
I
Pretty
mean,
cold in Baltimore.
yeah. I mean, we had games where it's freezing here. Now we didn't have the weather, but we've played in a monsoon this year. No other team could say that besides the Patriots. I mean, no weather game rain wise came close to that. So,
Yeah.
and even in that game, Lamar threw the ball pretty well in a just monsoon. Our defense kind of blew that game for us, but I think even if it snows, I think our offense will still run the ball. It won't force us to run the ball.
Yeah. Let's see what else we have here. 2K crossover 21 with a nice little bold prediction hot take. Guys, go ahead and drop your hot takes, bold predictions too. We can talk about that as well. He says Marlon Humphrey will get a forced fumble. He's calling it. Okay.
On who?
I like that.
Tell us who.
Yeah, on who?
Diggs, Singletary, Beasley.
I can see Beasley. I can see
Josh
him covering
Allen.
Beasley. I can see him. Yeah, that's a possibility. But I can see like Marlon Humphrey, like you said, covering Beasley in the slot or something like that.
Yeah.
And he lets him get like the underneath slant route or something like that, and then he just comes around the back and just punches it out the back. I could see that happening. I could definitely see that happening. Marlon Humphrey on Cole Beasley.
Beasley isn't 100% healthy.
That's right. That's true.
That could be the one. That could definitely be the one. We haven't seen a fruit punch in a few weeks now. He's going for it, but he hasn't connected. So I kind of hope that they're forgetting that Marlon has that punch. Maybe they don't hold on to it too tight. He'll just punch it out.
Yep. Let's see. Lord Seventh. He says the running backs are the X factor, and on defense, Yannick Ngakoue is going to be the X factor.
Yeah.
As well. I mean, yeah, I think. And see, here's the thing about Yannick Ngakoue, and I forgot to bring this up when you were just talking about him a couple minutes ago. This is the reason why we bought Yannick Ngakoue to Baltimore. Specifically for a guy named Patrick Mahomes who plays up in Kansas City. But this is the next best thing. Josh Allen is the next best thing. In terms of like a young gunslinger, powerful armed quarterback. Yeah, this is what we're looking at. This is like the preview to the AFC Championship game. This is like the Bills are like the Chiefs light, honestly. Yeah, honestly. So I feel like we can beat them. I mean, they have a ton of similarities when you think about it. Like when you really think about it, like the Bills and the Chiefs are very, very similar teams. So I think that,
the Bills are missing is Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Dawson Knox is a good tight. He is nowhere near Travis Kelce. That is the only thing. So that's kind of what you mean with the light. Like if you want the full deal, you're going to be getting the Tyreek Hill, the Travis Kelce, the Le'Veon Bell now,
Yeah.
So it's gonna definitely be a test, and we'll find out what this team is made of come Saturday night at 8:15.
Yeah, absolutely, we will. Let's see. Donovan Jennings says Cole Beasley weak ass arms. Oh man.
Second team All Pro. We can't forget that.
Second team. Yeah,
I know we want to
still
but he put up a really
He's very good. The Gat Attack, shout out to you, man. He says, if Patrick Queen can play good coverage over the middle and our safeties don't get burnt, we will be fine. This is a very, very good point. Fabulous point from the Gat Attack. Our linebackers, I always preach it, man. Our linebacker play is some of the most crucial stuff that we can have going right for us on defense because, just one wrong move by a linebacker that can make that can be a 30-yard gain. And we looked at an example of a play the other day. Yeah. When I was showing you guys how Ferkser got open over the middle because Patrick Queen was shuffling his feet the wrong way. He's definitely got to be very, very good in coverage, very, very, very disciplined. He's going to be covering the middle of the field. And here's one concern that I have about our defense. I want to know if you feel the same way. One concern was specifically Marcus Peters. Marcus Peters, like he plays a lot of defense. Like how he backs off of the receiver.
He gives so much space. He's
so much cushion. Yeah.
Yeah, he gives a lot of cushion, and like whenever I see him do that, I just get the good flashbacks to when he gave the cushion in Seattle and just read Russell Wilson and took it for a pick six. But I never think about the bad times where he'll get caught for maybe a 10 to 15-yard play. And you're right, he does give a lot of cushion. I don't know if that's him or if that's maybe Wink telling him. But in this game, if he gives that cushion, you got to strap up. Because if he gets burnt over the top, they have some fast guys, and we could just get screwed. And it could be 7 for them.
That's absolutely true, man. Let's see. So I see somebody in the chat was saying, can we bring up the the inactives and the people who are hurt, the injured people on our roster? Just so I think we're actually fairly healthy right now.
Yeah.
And just a couple housekeeping things though. Questionable people who are deemed questionable for Saturday's game who will probably end up playing. Marcus Peters with a back injury, and then of course DJ Fluker as well with a knee injury. But of course, I think we expect Peters to play. At least Harbaugh said that he expects Marcus Peters to play. Not sure about Fluker though.
I'll be honest. I'm gonna have to make this a little trending, I guess. Hashtag free Prochet. Okay, because if it's gonna start coming down to close games, and if there is an onside kick, we need him on the lines. I don't get why we're activating Chris Moore over Prochet. That is just me, but I don't like seeing him as a healthy scratch because I definitely think he has that AB potential. A 6th-round pick out of SMU, not a big school. So I want to see him active more, but I think he's going to be healthy scratch for the rest of the season, no matter how far we go.
Oh man, and this sucks. I mean, hopefully he'll get his opportunity next year. Hopefully there's a preseason where we can actually see him get some good burn, and then maybe our higher ups, our coaches will see that we can actually use him in a bunch of different ways, and we'll bring him starting next year.
I hope. I mean, he's not the fastest, but those hands, you can't. Not everybody has just those good hands like he has. It's crazy how an onside kick with all the movement of the football and the fact he can just grab it with 2 hands and just pull it in, doesn't use his chest. That's rare.
Yeah. Let's see here. We have a couple of people I see in the chat talking about some receivers. Peyton brings up Hollywood. Jonathan Washington Jr. says, watch Duvernay score a touchdown on Saturday. What's our current thoughts about Devin Duvernay? We haven't really seen, too much production from him. Is it a matter of us not using him enough, or is it a matter of him just not maximizing the opportunities that he gets, or what is it?
I mean, I think he's maximizing it on special teams. When he has a return, it's not like he makes a dumb decision, takes it out halfway through the end zone and ends it up to the 15-20. I think he may have. I mean, the punts, he has to fair catch most of them because it's just good coverage by the other team or a good punt on offense. So I just don't think we're utilizing him correctly. He's a jet sweep, screen type of guy, short route, and he can make a play happen. He's more of a yak receiver compared to a guy kind of go up and get it. So I think we got to incorporate him more. But if it's working and we're winning, we don't have to force the ball to him. But I wouldn't be mad seeing him score a touchdown either.
The official Darius says Duvernay seems like a gimmick player now.
Yeah.
But you think that our offense is kind of it's like a gimmick offense, isn't it?
It is.
When you think about it, the type of plays that we run and stuff like that, there's a lot of misdirection and stuff. So
I think as Ravens fans, we know what we're going to get from the run game.
Yeah.
Every week, we don't know what we're going to get from the passing game. Is that a fair statement to say?
That's true. That's absolutely true.
It could be a great game called by Roman running wise, but passing wise, we just don't know who's going to get the targets. Or is Daz going to get more than 1 target this week? Or is Boykin going to get a few targets? I mean, it's just really weird. Who would have thought Ricard would have 3 or 4 receptions in a playoff game? You just don't know what this passing offense will bring to the table.
Yeah. Now, what I do think is we're going to see a lot of. I think we're going to see more of Hollywood. Running those out routes and stuff like that, and just catching the ball quick. Lamar getting the ball out quick to Hollywood towards the sideline, and that will actually stretch out the defense and make them play more side to side and have less people in the middle of the field to stop the run. So I feel like that could definitely be like a big part of our offense on this Saturday, getting the ball to Hollywood early, or even just even if it's not Hollywood, I could see Snead getting the ball to even Devin Duvernay.
Yeah.
I feel like just those quick passes to the outside of the field. I think those are going to be probably a big piece of our offense. But Lamar, the only thing about that is like Lamar's not always the most accurate on those
Yeah.
passes. So that's where, it gets kind of tricky because you don't want to see a turnover. A turnover is everything in a playoff game. And we've done a good job at protecting the ball for the most part so far. But that's another thing, though. This game is going to be all about the ball. It's going to be about who can hold on to the ball, who cannot turn it over, who can force turnovers. That's going to be a big thing, man. So
Yeah, he did. Lamar had a beautiful pass to Hollywood.
he
It
did, right
was
over the
like a
top.
nice little, yeah. He put it in the breadbasket, and that's what we need to see more of from him. That definitely changed the game around. I think we only got 3 from that drive. Yeah, we got 3. No, I think we got 3. Yeah, so it was 10-3. Yeah, we got 3 from that drive. But that kind of just gave the offense a spark. Like, okay, we can hit him over the top with a pass too.
Yeah.
And this just came in my mind. Last time we saw Dez in the playoffs was a cold game.
Hmm?
It was in Green Bay. And the whole, did Dez catch it? Did he not catch it? Now we're going to see the same thing. A cold game in Buffalo. Maybe we go to Dez in the red zone. Maybe get him another touchdown.
I could see it happening, bro. I could really see that happening. I just want to see. This game is going to be like I said before, man. Lamar Jackson is a huge X factor for us, and I really hope that going into this game, and I suspect this is true, Lamar's confidence is on another level now.
Yeah.
And like after last week was the big question. Okay, can he win a playoff game? Can he come back? Can he do this? Can he do that? And he answered that question. So I feel like there's a lot less pressure now, even though he's deeper into the playoffs.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot less pressure on him because he's gotten that, that monkey off his back of like, oh, you can't win a playoff game. You can't come from behind, that sort of thing. So I feel like his confidence going into this next game is going to make all the difference. It's going to make all the difference because he'll feel more inclined to just, sit back, relax, and play his game. You can kind of tell like earlier in the Titans and the Tennessee game, there were some jitters from that whole offense, from that whole team almost, like Mark Andrews dropping the ball on that third down on our what was it? Second drive of the game, first or second drive of the game.
The first one, Byard was in there too. I can't give that a full drop because Byard had his arm in there. But either way, I mean, it does hit your hands. You should catch it. But yeah, first drive.
Yeah. But man, definitely, I think we're Lamar. He's going to be the X factor in this game. I'm predicting Lamar is probably going to throw. I'm predicting 2 touchdown passes.
Okay.
I'm predicting 2 touchdown passes, and I'm also predicting a rushing touchdown as well for Lamar Jackson.
A long one again, because that touchdown, like that, just gave the spark.
That was coming. Yeah, man. And remember, I had texted you. I was like, all we need is one play to get back in this game, and that play happened. That was that play, man. I don't know if we'll see like a run like that because those come a dime, once every blue moon it seems like. But we'll see. Our guy BNN edits. He says Lamar's going to throw 5 interceptions in this game. Apparently, I think he's trolling.
Yeah,
that's the general consensus in the chat.
Is it a Bills fan? Is he a Bills fan?
I don't know. I don't know if he's a Bills fan. I don't know if we have any Bills fans in here. Could you guys please speak up?
Yeah.
We want you guys to give your opinions as well.
It's not hostile territory.
There's no hostility or anything like that. We love to hear from everybody. Let's see. Ravens should have the upper hands in terms of unofficial step Godfather says Ravens should have the upper hand in terms of ball control. Absolutely. I feel like we're the better running team. So we just need to go out and flex that. If we can go out and flex that we're the better running football team, then and they don't get the ball, it's not really going to matter what Josh Allen has on offense, the weapons he has on offense, if he's only getting, a couple of chances to make the most of it. Peyton Elizabeth, she says, dang, Izzy, you think Lamar is going to throw 2 touchdowns in the snow? By the way, guys, my name is Izzy. That's my nickname. People back home call me. You think Lamar's going to throw 2 touchdowns in the snow? Yes, I do. And I think one of them's going to be. He did. I think one of those touchdowns is going to be to Mark Andrews. I think the other touchdown is going to be to Hollywood Brown.
Okay, I like that. His 2 guys. I like that a lot.
Sir. Let's see. Let's go again. Oh, okay. Line is -2.5 and 50. Devon Johnson says the line for the game is 50. What do you think the over under would be? You think over 50 points or under 50 points
I'm
for
going
the
under.
score of that game?
Under.
Under
I'm
50?
going under. I mean, last year it was 24-17. It was 24-17, I remember. I'm pretty sure. Let me pull it up. Because I
Yeah.
know Hayden Hurst had that long touchdown. Nick Boyle caught a touchdown. Willie Snead caught a touchdown. Don't think we had a rushing touchdown that game.
Let's see.
Yep,
Yeah.
24-17, we beat them.
Yep. The Gat Attack says, as Calais once said, turnovers, 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 physical, physical, physical.
That was
Yeah, man. Y'all
I
gotta
don't
watch
know.
that Ravens Wired.
That was really funny. Just because like his voice too just makes it all much funnier. Just how deep it is.
Yeah,
That's
and
gotta be a shirt
raspy.
now. That's gonna be a shirt. Just turnovers, 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 physical, physical, physical.
Right. Let's see. Christopher Swain says we always play better as the underdogs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. We do.
Are we
Real
back to
quick,
being underdogs this week?
I believe we are. I saw something that like a tons of people, only like 1 or 2 people picked us. But real quick, there's 80 people watching right now. Thank you.
Hey.
Welcome to the Purple Rain Podcast. I'm simply AS10. That is Sutton Death. You know, if you want to follow us on Instagram, the Purple Rain Podcast. You know,
Yes,
follow
sir.
us. Let us know what you think. And share the stream with anybody. Um, yeah. So I believe it's a lot. Most people are picking us to lose. Cool with that. I get
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
The NFL put out a little poll on YouTube, and like 28% of the people picked the Ravens. I was one of them, and the rest were just all Bills. I can check the stats of it now. Community, here we go. Now it's 33% Ravens, 67% Bills, 504,000 votes.
Yeah. Oh, well, shoot. I mean, I guess we're underdogs again. It's all good,
Yep.
man. Let's see here. Our guy, where I just had this up here for us. I think Gus Timothy Adams says I think Gus can have a big game due to his physicality and tackle breaking, especially against the subpar running defense the Bills have. Opinions? This is what I was saying, man. I think Gus is gonna have a big game. I feel like we're gonna make this game ugly, and I think this is what we have to do. I think we have to get into a phone booth fight with a team like the Bills. We have to kind of beat them up early, run the football, pound it, keep their defense on the field, get their defense tired. And then, we can probably start to run away with this game. I'm not going to say I hope so. I'm not going to say it's going to get ugly because if there's one thing that I learned last week, I think we decisively beat the Titans. But even still, we only won by 7. The game was still kind of close. So, I do think that Gus is going to have a big game, though. Let's see. Theo Pencil the fourth says Diggs is going to burn Humphrey.
If Humphrey plays like he did last week, that's a valid statement to make, and I got to agree with it.
I gotta agree too, man. I gotta agree.
That's just how it went last week. But we made adjustments. We switched the assignments, and that is what helped us win the game because A.J. Brown didn't do anything when Jimmy Smith was on him. So
so it's like, do we put Jimmy Smith on Stephon Diggs?
I think you put Humphrey to start it off. I really do.
Humphrey. You got to test the waters, put our best on their best first, right?
Did we? I'm trying to see. I know we played the Vikings a few years back. I know Flacco was the quarterback. I know we lost. I don't know if we had Marlon Humphrey playing that game. I just want to see if they've ever matched up before because that could maybe. 2017. I'm pretty sure he played this game. Humphrey did. Vikings. Diggs didn't play. Diggs didn't even play that game. So Diggs has never played the Ravens.
Wow. Yeah, that's true. Dang, that's true. Yeah, this would be the first because he just got on this team. I just forgot about that. And he hadn't played us. We didn't play Minnesota. Let's see, but we do play Minnesota next year, I believe, which is interesting.
Yeah, we get to see Justin Jefferson. That'll be fun.
That would be fun, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's actually do some score predictions for this game.
Okay.
Let's give our
Rain
score
gang?
predictions. Rain Gang score predictions. Let's talk about how we think this game is going to end. Like what's the final score going to be, guys? Yeah, if you guys have already put it in there before, because I know a couple of you guys have been doing it throughout the show, throw it in there again. We're gonna get into the score predictions. I see you guys in the chat also talking about what jerseys we're gonna wear. I don't know. That's a good one. I could see it. I could see us going all black.
I'm gonna go. You know what? White and purple.
White and purple.
Why switch it? You know?
Yeah.
Because I think the Bills would just wear the blue with the white. But if it does snow, I wouldn't be mad at all white. But we did lose against the Patriots in all white, so
we did.
I don't think we can pull out all black in the playoffs either.
You can't?
I don't think you can wear alternates in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, that's true. But
kind of stupid. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing a color rush game, all red against all purple. That'd be pretty nice.
Let's see here. Let's look at our score predictions that you guys are throwing in the chat. Jonathan Washington Jr. says Ravens 31-24. NFL Production says 35-14.
Okay.
I'm guessing Ravens. Unofficial Step Godfather 21-14. K-Dog 24-21. Ravens. Sis 31-21. Ravens, I'm guessing. Oh gosh, these things are coming through so quick. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
God Baby 27-24. PJ Talks Ravens 34-23. Okay, so you guys, the general consensus is it's probably going to be a pretty close game, somewhere around 10-point differential. I like those takes. I like those guesses, guys. For me, I'm probably going to go, and I was thinking about this a little bit earlier. I'm probably going to go, I'm going to go 27-24. I think that this game is going to come down to a Justin Tucker field goal.
Oh, I don't need that.
I know, bro. I know.
I have that pit in my, I just got that same pit, that Monday night game I had. Please make this, please. Because if it comes down to that, man, oh my God. Oh.
Yeah. That would be very, very stressful. Especially if it's in a situation where we would lose if Justin Tucker didn't make the field goal. That would be mad stressful, bro. Because Justin Tucker, I don't know, he's not as automatic, you know what I mean, as you would think he would be. And listen, man, anybody who's going out there and kicking over 50-yard field goals, hats off to him. And I know they're not expected to make all those, but I mean, our guy's Justin Tucker. He set the bar so high. He's the best in the business. So when he missed that field goal last week against the Titans, I was like,
so this is how we're gonna lose it, because usually when he misses something like that, it's not a good game.
It's like a telltale sign that okay,
in the Chargers game in 2018, he missed a field goal, and so you go 27-24.
Yeah,
I'm going 27-21.
Okay.
I think we're gonna win, and I think it's gonna come down. They're gonna have the ball. They're gonna punt it back to us.
Yeah.
I think they're going to make a dumb decision. I think we're going to run the clock. It's 4 minutes left. We're just going to run the whole clock out. So that's what we do best. That's what this Ravens team does. I think we'll have 3 touchdowns that game. I think Gus is going to get one. I think JK is going to get one. I'm going to predict a Lamar to Hollywood Brown touchdown as well.
Lamar to Hollywood touchdown.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I like that. You guys are still in here talking about these jerseys, man. You guys really want to see that black on black jersey, like our guy Alex said. He said that we can't wear the black on black jersey, so
I'm gonna look it up now if we can.
We can't wear those alternate jerseys. But no matter what jersey we wear, man, as long as we come out there and we're playing like Ravens, man, I don't care what we
can wear alternate jerseys once in the playoffs.
Ooh.
Okay. I didn't know this was true.
I could definitely see us doing it. If that's the thing, I could definitely see us doing it, for sure. But yeah, guys. Another thing, like I said before, if you want to follow us on Instagram at the Purple Rain Podcast, go ahead and check us out there at the Purple Rain Podcast on Instagram. Also follow us individually on our personal accounts as well. You can follow me on Twitter or Instagram at Sutton Def. Give me a follow. I'll talk to you guys, interact with you guys. I love answering questions, chopping it up with you guys about football, life, anything. So you can find me at Sutton Def, and you can find my guy Alex here on Twitter at @AlexSoberman_, and on Instagram at simplyas10.prod.
Yes, you can. And like I said, DMs are open. Let me know who you are in the chat. We can always chop it up. DMs are open on any account, even the Purple Rain podcast. Let us know.
Absolutely. So we've broken down, this Bills and Ravens game quite a bit at this point. We're talking about basically just all of our opinions, what we think is going to happen during this game, what's going to go down. I feel like this is going to be a very, very close game. I know a lot of you guys aren't really hoping for a close game, but it's going to be very close. I promise you that. This is a playoff game with everything on the line. There's a lot at stake. The Bills have fought so hard. Bills Mafia is ready for this. But at the end of the day, I feel like our team matches up well against their team. So I got us getting the W. So I'm very confident.
It's the Mafia versus the Flock.
Yeah.
Who's going to win?
Yeah.
Man.
So.
I like my guys. Us against you. I'm picking us 11 times out of 10. That's just how it is.
Yeah, I like us. And I like us a lot. Honestly, man. But there's also some other games taking place this weekend. We can talk about those as well. What are we talking about in the chat here? The Gad Attack says, "Yo, Sutton, I have the same blanket that's on your chair." Oh yeah, do you? Yeah. Can you guys see?
Oh,
this blanket.
Yeah. Blanket check. See, now we're doing blanket reviews now.
Yep.
I mean, I think I have two Ravens blankets next to me. I think it's just a staple as a Ravens fan to have a blanket that's a Ravens blanket.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Or you know what? Here we go.
Might do the rest of the podcast like this. Why not? So there's like 3 other NFL games taking place this week. No, I'm not gonna do that.
See, that's how I'm gonna be when Justin Tucker has to make that game-winning field goal. I'm gonna have something over my head because I can't just.
Definitely can't deal with that stress. I know it's gonna be super stressful. Let's see. Like I said, there's 3 other NFL games coming on this weekend for our divisional weekend in the NFL playoffs. The first one that's actually taking place before our game is going to be the Los Angeles Rams going to Green Bay, Wisconsin, to take on the Packers.
That's going to be, I think, could be the best game of the weekend, to be honest.
Really?
Honestly. I think it's because that's kind of the game you're going to say, oh, the Packers have that by a long shot, by a landslide. But in reality, the Rams have the best all-around player in the league on their team, and Aaron Donald. He's playing this week. Jared Goff is back. I think it's gonna be a lot closer than people think.
Yeah, I think it can be close, but at the same time, I'm picking the Packers to win, and I'm picking the Packers to win big. Honestly,
really,
only because I feel like the Packers are gonna get a couple freebies.
Okay,
I feel like they're gonna get Devontae Adams with an early touchdown or something like that, and force the Rams to get out of their game plan, which is throwing a lot more than they have to. They're still not 100% at the quarterback position. Somebody just told me, or somebody put in the chat, Goff is not playing in that game.
Wolford's out. McVay announced Goff is the starter, and Blake Bortles is the backup.
So Goff is playing, still hurt. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I feel like the Packers they can make this one ugly, man. I got the Packers.
Oh, as much as it hurts me to say it again, I have the Packers as well. I'm going to go with close. Jalen Ramsey has been the best corner in the league this year, in my opinion. I saw his stats on who he's been matched up against.
Yeah.
The only receiver to go 100 against him, I think, was Amari Cooper in week 1. I could be wrong, but not many guys had good games against him. So that's a matchup to watch. Darius Williams, former Raven, undrafted free agent, has had himself a year. Had the pick 6 last week. And, they have one of the top-rated safeties in John Johnson III. I think he's, ranked top 3 by PFF. And just they're up front. It's just, wow. Donald Brockers. Then they have Abuka. I can't pronounce his last name, but I know he's really good. Yeah. And their offense scares me. Goff scares me. I don't care if he's 100% healthy or not. He scares me. It's really weird. But he'll pull something out of his ass like he always does. I'm going to go Packers. I'm going to go 38-34. I think it's going to be a high-scoring
Mm.
game. The Rams can
Yeah.
definitely. The Rams' offense is weird, but I expect defensive touchdowns too.
I'm going Packers 34-21.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Now the next game that we have, of course, we've covered our game. We've given our score predictions for the Ravens game, but the game after that is going to be the first game on Sunday. The Browns going to Kansas City
Yes.
to take on the reigning Super Bowl champions,
Yes.
the Chiefs. So, predictions for this game. Listen, man, I'm proud. I'm very proud of the Browns. I'm a proud AFC North fan. Seeing the Browns do their thing. I know there are rivals, guys, but listen, just hear me out. Just hear me out. We always stand tall over top of them. You know, we're kicking them when they're down. We always beat them, man. We shouldn't really have any vendettas against the Browns. The Browns? No, man, we should be proud. We should be happy. This is probably their last week in the playoffs, you know, because I'm definitely picking the Chiefs to win this game. I feel like they're going to be a little bit too much for the Browns to handle. But, hey, man, I think we should be proud of the Browns as AFC North fans. You disagree with me? My guy Alex disagrees with me, clearly.
I respect you by 1,000, but from the bottom of my heart, fuck the Browns. Honestly. I don't. No. I don't care. Nah, fuck them. I hope they get. Actually, if the Ravens win on Saturday, I'm pulling out my Patrick Mahomes jersey and wearing it proudly Sunday. I want Mahomes to literally throw for 10 touchdowns against them. I don't care. Nah, I'm not gonna feel it. That's their fault. They've had all these first-round picks for like tens of years. They're fine. You should finally be good after getting all these picks. You would think so. I mean, it's not my fault you went through all these quarterbacks and didn't make shit out of them. So nah, screw that. I'm going Chiefs by 1,000. Fuck Cleveland. Honestly.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
I felt that one. Chiefs by 1,000. I mean, hey man, I do think the Chiefs are gonna win in a landslide. That's for sure. But nah, man. I think we should definitely be proud of how far the Browns have come, man. They finally have become contenders. But see, here's the thing: they don't really seem as like a threat to us. Like if the Browns beat the Chiefs and we beat the Bills and we played the Browns in the AFC Championship game,
I think they're
confidence
gonna
will be really.
No.
Do you think so? You think so?
Yes. You don't.
Wow.
3 times and they almost had it. They should have beaten us in that Monday night game.
Bro.
They should have beaten us.
Bro.
They should have. I'm not gonna lie.
They didn't.
I get that, but that's 3 times, and they're gonna be super motivated. Baker's gonna be on his high horse of being the cockiest douchebag Chad in the world. Fuck Baker Mayfield. I don't care. I don't want to see the Browns anywhere in the AFC Championship because I think they will beat us. Donovan Peoples-Jones will probably have like 3 touchdowns against us. It'll be some like Groundhog Day weird shit happening. Nah, fuck that. Stefanski, fuck you. Go get COVID again. Nope. Don't.
Oh,
Don't. They'll have to bring back Jim Brown to wave their goddamn flags because he's like their only legend they've ever had. And their other legend works for us, Najee Newsome. Nah, screw that. I don't like
this Browns hate, man.
Bro, the Browns are ain't nobody.
Steelers.
No. I respect the Steelers. You know, see, my guy Boz, the Browns fans have been on his neck. So that is my guy. So it's fuck Cleveland. It's fuck Cleveland. Nope.
Okay. I hear you. But hey, man, what's your score?
Fuck the Bengals too.
What did the Bengals do?
Exactly.
The Bengals don't bother anybody, bro. They don't bother nobody. The last time they did was 2017. That was 3 years ago. Let it go. Drop it. You know, we beat them in week 17 this year. So it's like, hey, man.
All right.
Hopefully the Bengals get better.
Yeah, no, I like bro. See, I have nothing wrong with the Bengals. Just don't re-sign AJ Green, to be honest. I want to see him go somewhere else. He deserves it. New scenery. For the Browns game, my AirPods just messed up. All right. Chiefs Browns score prediction, like for real?
Yeah.
My biggest issue with the Chiefs is that they're gonna do what they did last year. They're gonna go down early because they haven't played in 3 weeks. They're gonna be rusty. They're gonna go down early. I'm gonna say they're going down 14-0 early. The Browns are going to be hype as hell, and then that's when the Chiefs just be the Chiefs. And they're going to come back, and they're going to win 41-14.
Yeah. See, and my thing is like I've seen a lot of well, a couple of analysts like doing hot takes like, oh, the Browns are gonna beat the Chiefs, or I see guys on ESPN, FS1 saying all the time the Chiefs seem off. The Chiefs seem like they're not playing that well. They're not as good as they were last year. It's like, come on, stop it, man. We know this team by now. We know who they are. We know what they do. They can come out and they can be down 24 points. We saw it last year. It literally happened last year. They could be down that much and just come straight back like it was nothing. Just come right back, you know? Just a couple touchdowns to get a couple freebies because they're that type of offense. They're so explosive. I just think that, man, the Chiefs, they're coming. They're coming. And like you said, they'll probably start off real slow because they've been on, what, a 2-3 week hiatus of playing football.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. At the same time, if the Browns get out to a 14-point lead, I kind of like their chances. I really do. If they get out to a 14-point lead, yeah, they have that run game. They have Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb. They can kind of put that game on ice real quick, if they can control time of possession.
They got Stone Cold Chris Jones, and Frank Clark. But my thing is, the Chiefs already won a Super Bowl. They're not going to be motivated. I mean, to come back down again, it's not like that motivation factor isn't there. That was there last year. The Texans didn't have a running back last year. Who they have? Carlos Hyde. I mean, Watson had to do it all by himself. He had Hopkins. I mean, Hopkins is better than Jarvis, but besides that, the Browns are a better team than they are a better team overall. They are a better coach team overall than the Texans were last year too. That's why I said even if they get to the 14-point lead, I can see the Chiefs coming back. 24, it's game. But even last week, they were up 28-0, and the Steelers had a chance to come back.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the Chiefs finished that job. They finished that comeback. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, the Steelers couldn't pull it off, but the Chiefs, they definitely will. Jay Bird says if the Browns' defense wasn't so sorry, it'd be a whole different conversation. That's true. If their defense was competent enough, they could be good.
I mean, I know Olivier Vernon's out for the year. I think Denzel Ward will be back. I'll be okay. Not 41-14. I was just a little too. I'll go Chiefs 31-21. How's that? Is that better?
I'm gonna go Chiefs 35-20.
Okay.
35-20. Yeah, that's what I'll say for that one. Let's see. 35-27 Chiefs. Devon Johnson says trust. Let's see. Donche Posey says if you want an upset, it's gonna come from the Browns. Honestly, 28-21, run the clock out of the Browns. They could do it.
They got that motivation, but I think the real upset's gonna come from them boys in Tampa. Yeah.
You think so? Well, I mean, that's the game we're talking about next. So, speaking of that game, the matchup, the showdown, if you will. This is probably the game of the week. I wouldn't say in terms of competition-wise, because I think the game of the week competition-wise is Bills versus Ravens, if you ask me. Mm-hmm. But game of the week in terms of like headlines and like glamour-wise, like Brady versus Breeze, one, for the history books, for the ages, probably their last matchup against each other. That's going to be huge. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are headed to New Orleans to take on the Saints, Drew Brees and the Saints. Who do you guys have in that game? Rain Gang, let us know. Yes. Alex, who do you have in that game?
Real quick, thank you. 80s people still watching. I mean, consistently 80. Wow. Thank you.
Absolutely, yes.
So let us know who you think's going to win the Buccaneers Saints game. I'm going to take a trip back to, what week was that? When it was Sunday Night Football. This is the big game, the Bucs and the Saints. You got Michaels and Collinsworth calling it, and it ends up like 38-3. That was one that I was watching. I'm like, there's no way this is real. AB just got signed. This is his first game back. Brady looked absolutely terrible. The Buccaneers defense looked terrible.
Right.
But I think about AB now is on full chemistry with Brady. They are clicking. The Buccaneers offense is clicking. That defense scares me a little bit, but they get their guy back at Devin White, who I think is absolute monster. And I know that the Steelers beat us 3 times in 2008 or 9. I think it was an 8. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
but I don't think it is happening this year. I think the Buccaneers will win the game that matters. Tom Brady, he'll turn it on when it matters. He's going to do his thing. It's going to be a close game. But I got the Buccaneers winning. Who's their kicker now? Is it Ryan Suckup still?
Yeah, suck up. Yeah.
I don't trust him to make a last-second field goal. Shit. Okay. We'll go 31-28. Saints, they'll be down 31-21, have a late touchdown, but that's it. That'll be game.
Oof. Okay.
I can't see Breeze. If it comes to a shootout, I just can't see Breeze's arm keeping up with it because his arm is shot.
And that's crazy to say because, like, this could very well be Drew Brees' last game in the NFL. You know, because guys like him, guys like Phillip Rivers, there's a notable difference in the way that they, throw the ball as opposed to the way that they used to, which is natural. Of course, those guys are getting older, but it's just crazy to think, like, those older quarterbacks are the Hail Mary. Yeah.
River, it didn't even make the end zone. I'm like, put in Jacoby Brissett.
Exactly, and they did that earlier.
Real, but you had to put in Brissett there.
Didn't they do that? They did that against us. When they played us, like right before halftime, they threw in Jacoby Brissett to throw like a bomb to the end zone, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, those older quarterbacks, they're on their way out, which is crazy to think about. We're leaving that era, but I think that's a good take in terms of your score prediction. I definitely do have Tampa Bay getting the win in New Orleans. Listen, man, Tom's on a mission, and real quick before I go forward with this. Shout out to Coach Sip to Tally Films. He is in here, our guy.
I've come this before. I thought I knew football until I started watching his channel. If you love the game, watch Coach because he will break it down every play. Like you will learn so much from just watching one of his videos.
Absolutely.
Go like and subscribe to him.
Definitely go check out Sip to Tally Films on YouTube, everywhere. You can Google him. But yeah,
simple as that.
As simple as that. Now I have the Bucks winning this game. I have them winning the game. Honestly, I'm gonna go 35-28.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 35-28. I feel like, of course, the Bucks win by a touchdown. Like you said, it's pretty much gonna be a touchdown type of game. I think it's gonna be a very good game, but I think for the most part, the Bucks in that offense, they're probably gonna overwhelm the Saints and what they can do on offense. My problem with the Saints is that, like you said, Drew Brees, he's an older quarterback now. You will not catch him throwing over the top a whole lot, at this stage in his career. And that's something that eventually, if you're a passing team, you're going to have to do, especially if you want to win these big games and you want to keep up with a Tom Brady who has Chris Godwin and Mike Evans and Antonio Brown and Rob Gronkowski on his side of the ball. You're going to have to keep up on offense, 100%. So, yeah, I think the Bucs will definitely pull it out.
I got unofficial Step Godfather saying we're underestimating Drew Brees. We very well could be underestimating him, but from what I saw against the Bears, I wasn't wowed by it. They won 21-9, but I was like, okay.
Right.
And I actually wonder, I know Michael Thomas gets called slant boy, but maybe that's all he really can run with Drew Brees as quarterback. That's something I thought about. And I would love to see him play this year with maybe a Taysom Hill at quarterback or Jameis Winston, maybe see is there more to his game than just slants or out routes or short routes?
Yeah. But have we really tapped into his full potential?
Exactly. So that's something to look out for maybe next season if Drew Brees does retire. But if you're going to tell me Brady or Brees, who do I want in a must-win game? I'm going the guy with how many rings? 5 or 6 rings? I think he has 6.
6 of them.
I'm going with Brady.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Going with Brady through and through there. Let's see here. We've got a couple of questions in the chat here we'll bring up. Let's see.
And also, the Bucs, I think, have more to play for. Did you watch the game, the Washington Buccaneers game?
Yeah, absolutely.
I was just thinking, all those guys that have been on the Bucs for so long, this is their first playoff appearance. Levante David, I think is one of the best, if not the best linebacker in the league. Then you have guys like Mike Evans who have been waiting for their chance. And even Ryan Jensen, he finally is back in there, former Raven. And they got young guys and they got some vets. So Saints have been there, and that bad call is coming just to screw the Saints. too.
I have a question about Tom Brady. Do you think that Tom Brady, because the whole narrative going into this season was like, can Brady win without Bill, and can
Yeah,
Bill win without Brady? And we saw
yeah,
that Belichick struggled and he missed the playoffs, but Brady
yeah,
went to a new team and he made the playoffs. So,
yeah,
what do you think that this does for Tom Brady's legacy? Because a lot of people, nobody's talking about it really, actually, right now. But
yeah.
the fact that he took a team to the playoffs on his first year on that team. Yes, he's got the weapons. I understand that. But at the end of the day, he's learning a whole new system. You know what I mean? Buying into a whole new organization, and he's still making it work at his age. He's almost mid 40s, guys. He's almost mid 40s.
That's crazy.
I don't know if this, some people might argue that a season like this, even if he doesn't win the Super Bowl, it still means just as much as some of the years that he did win a ring,
I could
because
agree.
so many people, credited those rings towards, oh, Bill Belichick, he's a genius, this, that, and the third. But of course, Tom Brady played brilliantly in a lot of those games as well. But I think without Bill Belichick, and him doing his thing on his own in Tampa Bay, I feel like that's definitely a leg up for his legacy. Do you agree?
Yeah, 100%. I think that's why he made the decision to leave New England.
Yeah.
I think look at Montana. I mean, that's who I would compare Brady to. He won all these, the rings and with San Fran, but he went to KC, couldn't get that ring. So
Yeah.
if Brady goes to the Bucks, gets that ring, that puts him. He's already in the GOAT debate, but that puts him for me at the top. And it's
Right.
weird rooting for Brady because I was always rooting against him with New England, but it's like, okay, I can kind of sit back here and watch his excellence and greatness. Kind of cool to
Yeah.
watch. So I think this was his whole plan to kind of show everybody that he doesn't need that New England scheme or their whole franchise. He can do it on his own and go somewhere else. And where
Yeah.
else better than a team that has all those weapons and such a great
Right.
young core? And they had money to spend in the offseason. And the TB effect, people wanted to go there. Like he got AB on a vet minimum, got Gronk back. Come on.
Yeah. Built a super team, and it's scary that they're still in the playoff race, because even before the season they were one of those teams where it was like, oh, the Bucks with all these pieces, they could go to the Super Bowl, but you kind of thought about it and it's like, they'd have a whole bunch of hoops to jump through in order to
Yeah.
get through the Super Bowl. So it's like, I don't think that they're actually going to make it. I feel like it felt more like speculation, like, oh, they're favorites to win the Super Bowl, kind of like, the Browns were favorites to win the
When they
Super
got
Bowl when they had
Odell.
Odell and, Jarvis and Baker. That's what it felt like at the beginning of the season. But now that they're actually still in it,
Yeah.
kind of scary, especially considering that the Super Bowl is in Tampa Bay.
Exactly.
So it would be a home game, and the fact that they're still in it is crazy.
And I know
Yeah.
when Brady went there, they were saying the Bucks were like the old Brooklyn Nets when they got Joe Johnson and Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce, like a bunch of old washed up guys. But that couldn't be further from the truth now. I know they
Yeah.
had a few hiccups, but they've turned it on when they had to. They beat the teams they've had to. I get they
Mhm.
beat a Washington team that was 7-9, but history shows the same 7-9 Seahawks beat the Saints that when they were uh, played each other, and then the 7-8-1 Panthers beat whoever they had to play in the first round.
Yeah.
So that's big. And Chase Young didn't do anything, so that's good for the line against a really good Washington front line. He didn't do anything, so
Yeah.
it's going to be a good game. I'm taking Brady. I can't go against him. Kind of like how I can't go against Mahomes.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. What do we have here? I saw a question about the Ravens really quick in here. Arlo Lucid says, "Do you think we would draft a edge or re-sign Judon? I feel like Tyus Bowser could be our starter edge next year. Judon's been playing well lately,
Yes.
so it's like, what do we do with him? What do you think
Really,
about him?"
he was one of the top 5 graded PFF defensive players for the wild card weekend.
Yeah,
It
he played
depends
well.
it depends what his price range is, and right now this might be a hot take. If you're asking me Ngakwe or Judon, I want Judon. That might be a hot take, but I just feel he fits our scheme.
Yeah,
I know Ngakwe gets those pressures, but it might just come down to money. But out of performance wise, I say Judon. I think Judon gets a lot of unnecessary hate because he had that franchise tag. And people want the sacks, but he does a lot more than just sacks.
yeah. Even like off the field as well. Like,
Yeah.
he's encouraging teammates. He's a vocal guy. And you love to see that from a defensive player. especially a dominant defensive player, and that's what he's been
Yeah.
the past couple weeks. So yeah, I mean, like you said, I think it definitely does just depend on his price range. Yeah. Unofficial Step Godfather says keep Judon. Yeah.
You know what? Let
Agree.
us know. Keep Judon or
Let
let
us
him
know. Yeah.
go. Let us
Yeah.
know in the comments.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So I saw one more question in here that I want to get to before we get into some other NFL news. This question up here, where was it at? Okay, so Mark Lopez, he asked, who would you see winning between the Buccaneers and Green Bay if they both were to win this week? I think that would be a very good game.
That's a game I want to see because they
Yeah,
played earlier this year and the Buccaneers had their way.
yeah.
They had their way. I know Carlton Davis, I think, forced a pick. Carlton Davis played his ass off against the Buccaneers. I mean, the Packers the first game. They had a pick six. I think they may have 2 pick six against Rodgers, but like Stephen A. Smith says, Aaron Rodgers is a bad man. And it's hard to go against him when him and Devontae Adams are clicking like they are. Even Tunyon, he's putting up numbers. I don't know who I can pick if they play.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm picking Green Bay only because I just feel like, the Buccaneers, they're so hit or miss.
They are.
They can be so good, this week, that week, and the next week, and then the next week they can get blown out, and they can get nothing going on offense. Brady can look terrible, he can look old, whatever, and they can just get beat. But Green Bay, they seem to be a lot more buttoned up, a little bit more consistent, especially on offense. I think that their offense is actually more dangerous in a way, I think, than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and that's because of Aaron Jones. I think Aaron Jones is a lot better than any running back that they have in Tampa Bay. Fournette, Rojo, exactly. So I got the Packers. I would definitely see the Packers winning that game and getting to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's hard to go against that. I mean, you can make great debates for both teams, but right now we're at 75 viewers.
Yeah,
and also 475 subscribers. So thank you.
Yeah.
25 away from 500, half a K. But thank you. Really appreciate that. If you haven't, drop a like, drop a sub, share, let your friend know.
Absolutely. Also, drop a comment if you're watching this after the fact. We love you just as much as the people who are watching this live right now. But if you're watching this after the fact, make sure you go ahead and leave an actual comment under the video. We're going to answer you guys' questions in those comments, either in the next episode or we'll answer you directly from our YouTube channel. Also, do not forget, right on top of my head here is the @handle to our Instagram account. We just started our Instagram account recently, so make sure you guys go follow us on that as well.
Okay.
So
I'm looking at our last podcast comments, and no questions, but a little stat. Lamar on that touchdown run hit 20.56 miles per hour. Yeah. So
that's nasty.
That's whew. Wow.
20 miles an hour. Like, man, I think we looked at the video on last episode, man. He hit that second gear, that next level, and he was just gone. He was gone, man. And it's just, it goes to show, and I think I was talking to somebody about this earlier, like Lamar Jackson and like his confidence and stuff like that. He's realizing that he cannot be stopped. Lamar Jackson is one of those players in the league. He's like a Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes, you can't stop him. You just have to hope that, he gets his and you can still manage to come out on top some way, somehow. Lamar Jackson is the same type of player. He just does it in a different way. You can beat the Ravens. You might be able to beat the Ravens, but you're not going to be able to stop Lamar Jackson, So he's just amazing player. But NFL production, he says the 4-3 safety couldn't catch him. There were guys with like 30-yard head starts who could not close the gap, close the distance on him, which was insane to me.
Yeah. So I think we've hit most of what we wanted to talk to. I know some news came out today in the NFL.
Yeah.
Urban Meyer, Jacksonville Jaguars' new head coach. How are we feeling about that? Sound off. Let us know. Is it a good hire, bad hire? Hasn't been in the NFL in how long? Been in college, so kind of a risky deal. They got the number one pick, but I think they're building something here. They're trying to build something here. Um,
Yeah, I think Jacksonville, they're a very patient organization, and you got to give them props for that because this league is about it's chess, not checkers. It's not
exactly.
always about trying to win the Super Bowl next year because it's not going to happen. It's not realistic. So, I think what they're doing is, they're taking some time. They're completely rebuilding. Of course, we know they're going to get Trevor Lawrence in the draft. They're getting Urban Meyer, Ohio State head coach. So I feel like they're going to be getting. It's going to be a lot of fresh blood, new blood coming
Yeah.
into that locker room, into that organization, because they have a ton of picks as well in the draft. So, we're going to be seeing. I feel like honestly, in three years, I will give it 3 years, and the Jags are going to be dangerous.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I feel like honestly with the college mindset of like coaching and everything like that, and then also pairing that up with getting a Trevor Lawrence in the draft, and then using those picks to get receivers and stuff like that, they could be good in a couple years time.
Yeah. I hate to say this, but the Texans could be the odd team out in that division. I don't see any besides Deshaun Watson. I don't see what can you get excited about the Texans besides Deshaun Watson.
Well, Deshaun Watson's gone, right?
You,
He's definitely going to be getting
you
out of there for
think?
sure.
I mean, he hasn't submitted a trade request, but I, whoever they get, I don't know how you can turn that around. You don't have a
Exactly.
pick this year. It's just really hard. Bill O'Brien, he should never step foot in Houston again, honestly, because
Yeah.
there would just be backlash towards him. You look at the
Yeah.
Titans. Obviously, we
Yeah.
know they just made the playoffs. They just won the AFC. You know what they have. The Colts are a question mark. Phillip Rivers, I don't think he'll be back. They have Jacoby
Mm.
Brissett. Can always pick somebody, and their left tackle just retired. But it's kind of the Titans division now to lose. Um, but the Jaguars could be like the Dolphins next. The Dolphins next year will be their third year with Brian Flores, and that's Mark Lopez. Great point. They could do something. They could do something crazy, but they don't have that vet quarterback like the Dolphins do, and that Ryan Fitzpatrick, a game manager. They
Yeah.
could go out and pick one up, and they kind of have Lawrence learn behind them. But I got to agree with you there. I think the Jaguars will be a team to watch in a few years.
Absolutely. Ro, just quick question for you. Do you think the Texans, if you're the Texans owner or a general manager, do you trade Deshaun Watson for Tua
No, it depends what they give up with Tua.
with them? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I agree, man. I mean, Tua, I still don't know how I feel about Tua
neither do I.
Tagovailoa, man. It seems like the game speed in the NFL is just a little bit, it's a lot for him right now. And you can kind of
It
tell,
is,
he
and
needs everything to really be perfect in order for him to succeed right now.
and with Brian Flores taking him out, that doesn't help his confidence whatsoever.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But they've got a whole offseason to work on it,
They
so
have the number 3 pick. They could well and get Devonta Smith. They could get him. He'll be there. He will be
yeah.
there. So they have they're great in the draft this year. 2
Mm.
first round picks. Um, they'll be fine. I think they'll be fine. And I think we'll see more, especially with the preseason, we'll see more of Tua. We'll see who he really is.
Yeah, I mean, see, Peyton says, "Why does everyone hate Tua?" See, I don't hate
I don't hate
Tua.
him.
It just seems like right now, it just seems like he's not all the way ready, and I feel like that's why he's been pulled out of a couple games
Yeah.
after struggling and stuff like that because it just seems like he's not all the way there yet, and a
Yeah.
lot of that has to do with the fact that he was thrown into the fire. In the middle of the season, there was no preseason, so he didn't even get to play any in the preseason, get even any snaps on the field, on the football field during a game. So it's like, you can't really you can't discredit him too much, but from what it looks like right now, it just doesn't look like he's all the way ready. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, and when he got the job, Fitzpatrick was doing his thing. They were winning. I
yeah,
think he just came off of a win. I forget who it was against, and he starts against the Rams and beats them, playoff team. So,
yeah,
yeah, I mean, we're rooting for him. It'll be a big year for the Brian Flores and the Dolphins. What they do with Tua, and we'll find out who he is as a quarterback. That second year, we'll find out.
Yeah. Um. Uh. She also says she means his teammates are going to the media
Oh,
talking
I
trash on
saw
him.
that.
I didn't hear
I
about
saw
that.
that. You didn't hear about that?
No, I didn't.
I got
What'd
you.
they say? What were they saying about him?
They weren't comfortable with his. Let me get the exact words.
Okay. Because see, my
I
my
see.
thing about
I see
yeah,
Tua Steelers is trending now. Uh,
really.
maybe. Yeah, I don't
Hmm. That's interesting.
know. Okay. They were unimpressed with Tua Tag. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name. I'm going to butcher it. They aren't impressed by him during training camp to the point where they didn't think he'd be ready to play at all. They were caught off guard by it. They were informed by Flores that Fitzpatrick wouldn't be available against the Bills.
Hmm.
He was disappointed because he believes Fitzpatrick is better than Tua. This is a player. The concerning thing is that they are not convinced he's going to be great in the future. The same player added he got frustrated when Flores told the team Fitzpatrick was out. We always think next man up or no matter what, but I saw Tua as the next man up because Fitz was better. Um, they don't see a special trait in Tua's skill set beyond his accuracy. One defensive player said he wasn't impressed with his ball velocity or arm strength or his ability to make off schedule plays with his legs. Ultimately, they questioned whether Tua can match the feats in the AFC, such as Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, or Deshaun Watson. Left out a quarterback there. Won't talk about that.
Right.
Those are the boys we got to beat, right? This player said. It looks like right now there's going to be a big challenge.
Hmm.
So something's brewing in Miami right now.
They might be looking to move off of him, man. And like I said, like and I thought one thing was very interesting. They said they didn't like the ball, the velocity, which is one thing that I noticed. Like he's a left-handed thrower. The ball kind of sails when he throws it sometimes, even if it's like an intermediate route, like a 10 to
Yeah.
15 yard pass. Like it still kind of sails, and that's not really what you want out of your quarterback. He also is not like he's not like a super dynamic. He's not like a Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson, or even like a I mean, I don't want to say or Josh Allen. Yeah, Josh
Yeah.
Allen. Uh, he's not like one of those guys. He's not super mobile. You know what I mean? If he gets out of the pocket, yeah, he can run a little bit, but he's not gonna like really make plays with his legs. So if you don't have that, and you don't have like the velocity, to be like, to put that heat on the ball, because sometimes you're not gonna be able to float every ball into every,
Yeah.
spot. So, and then another thing as well, just him throwing on the run, him throwing off of his back foot, things that guys like Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson can do. He does not excel at that sort of thing. He really, if you notice, like his footwork and stuff like that, in order for him to be as accurate as he is, he has to get his drop back, plant his back foot, deliver that pass. Everything has to be perfect for him, basically. He's a
Does
very rhythm based, timing based thrower of the football. So, um, I don't know, man. I feel like the Dolphins, they definitely could move off of him. And we're not saying he's a bad quarterback. He's not a bad player, and he's still very young. And like I said, he hasn't had a lot of time to develop. But if you had to choose, who you taking, Tua Tagovailoa or Jalen Hurts?
I'm taking Jalen Hurts,
Taking
the
Jalen
guy who
Hurts?
they benched. Who was benched for Tua
Yeah.
because he came in there. I mean, yes, you know what? I don't know why he was benched, and that's why Doug Peterson is no longer head coach. But I don't think that was his decision. I think it was the Eagles' ownership, which I have a big problem with that because if you hire somebody as your head coach, you trust their decision making. You don't tell that man what he's going to do because that's the head like that. I'm not cool with that. But I'm thinking Jalen
Hmm.
Hurts because he came in there and he was doing his thing with the same guys who they couldn't win them. They couldn't even get points on the board with. He came in
So
there and he
wait,
did
wait, so wait. You said that you don't like the GM telling Coach Peterson what he can and
ownership,
can't do.
ownership.
Oh, the ownership.
Yeah, not GM ownership.
But what exactly about it though?
They didn't say so. They said Peterson couldn't make his own decisions. That I think was the whole quarterback thing. I think that's why Hurts didn't come in earlier.
Hmm. Because they say he couldn't make his own decisions.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Hmm.
Did you hear what Doug Pearson said when he was fired?
I did not. I would
Okay,
like. I
yeah,
would love to hear
it
it.
was
Yeah.
it was ugly. It was ugly. Like this, you could kind of tell with the pettiness. I got you.
Hmm. I see a couple people in the chat saying that they would definitely take Jalen Hurts over Tua Tagovailoa. I agree. I mean, from what we've seen thus far, I would definitely take Jalen Hurts. But yeah, go ahead, bro.
So it sounds like this is what it boiled down to. Peterson
Mm.
was sick of people telling him what to do.
Okay.
I don't know what that meant, but this is the same guy who won you a Super Bowl, who had like one of the ballsiest decisions in the world, and
Yeah.
it worked, and it helped them win. I guess we'll find out more as it goes on,
Right.
but yeah, I'm taking Hurts.
Taking Hurts. Yeah. Definitely agree. That's for sure. Yeah. Guys, listen. We still have about 65 people watching live right now. Shout out to everybody in here, the entire Rain Gang who is watching. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. And we hope you guys are as excited and as ready and as pumped as we are for this divisional game matchup against the Bills. Before we get out of you guys' hair tonight, we want to do one last little segment, our little question segment, where you guys can ask us any questions you may have about NFL football, about the Baltimore Ravens football, about life, about food, about music, about this, about that, about anything. Anything you want to know about us, anything like that, bring it up, and we will answer that question here, live on the show. Now, while you guys are doing that, I just want to bring up this bold prediction by our guy, Laurent Frisson, who is 1-0 in bold predictions. He says Mark Andrews will have more receiving yards than Cole Beasley this week.
Book it.
Okay.
Book it.
Okay. I like that.
Back to the whole Eagles thing.
Yeah.
Here's the report. Doug Peterson wanted Jalen Hurts. Jeffrey Lurie wanted Carson Wentz. I think that's what he was kind of getting to.
Huh. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's see. So we got a couple of questions in here already. NFL, Frozier said, actually, we got a couple even before that. Jonathan Washington Jr. says, which NFL team has the best home field advantage? Is it still Seattle with 12 man?
I think it has to be. But right now, right now in the playoffs, or is it one of them?
I guess we can do both.
I think right now, I'm going Buffalo. I think Buffalo? The Mafia.
Yeah, they're a wild fan base, bro. They are a wild fan base, so I could definitely see that. Even if there's no fans in the game, I promise you. Well, there's gonna be fans there, not like a whole bunch, but they're gonna have like limited fans there. I've heard. But there's gonna be people outside tailgating, drinking, going crazy, going to tables, lighting tables on fire. Bills Mafia is insane, dude. So I definitely gonna have to go with the Bills.
Yeah, I think them right now in the playoffs.
Frozier says Ramsey or Devontae. I'm going Ramsey. Advantage Ramsey.
Going Ramsey.
Ramsey has shown us time and time again. He shut down D-Hop. He shut down DK. I mean, Devontae is on another level this year for sure. He's been playing out of his mind, but I feel like Jalen Ramsey has as well. So I'm taking advantage of Jalen Ramsey there. Let's see. What else do we have here? We have... Jeez. These things come so quick. Would you rather see Mark Lopez? Who will you see the Ravens drafting with their first round pick? Not sure exactly who in terms of position. That's even tough itself because it seems like the answer to this question changes like week to week as certain guys step up and then certain guys start slouching, slacking off, and it's just I don't know. But what do you think, Alex?
I think right now I gotta go edge maybe.
Edge.
Because I think, when we get Stanley back, our line will be Stanley, Bozeman, Makari, Powers, Zeus.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't see anybody really getting mad at that. But edge, we're not going to be able to hold on to Judon, Ngakoue, and Bowser. That's where our weakness is. Or we could go somewhere in the secondary. Corner never hurts. But I'll go edge.
Okay, I like that. NFL Production says favorite artist.
We go through this every week.
We do, right? My favorite artist personally, man, it's going to be this guy right here, Kanye West. Kanye West is definitely my favorite artist of all time. I know he's, always in the media for this or for that, but in terms of his music over the years, that would definitely be my favorite of all time. What about you, bro?
I'm gonna go over to the guy who we found, Travis Scott, and the reason why my logo is the way it is because Astroworld.
And the cactus he's got there, the cactus light.
Yes.
What else we have? Robbie Redifer says, bread or toast?
I never got this one before. It depends the bread. I'm not gonna lie, because
it does.
It depends the bread.
I'm gonna go toast bread, though.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I would definitely go toast. Toast is just I don't know. I like toast. Toast is good. Let's see. We have a bold prediction. Another one from Laurent Frisson. He says Gus Edwards will have more rushing yards than J.K. Dobbins, and Josh Allen will have more rushing yards than Devin Singletary. Okay.
I can see that. I mean, I think if Josh Allen has more rushing yards, that won't be good for us. But it depends how the game goes.
Yeah, honestly. Let's see. Unofficial step godfather. Ever been in the Superdome? In New Orleans? No, I have not. I've not been there before. Would love to go, though. That'd be awesome. I'll always remember, I don't know if how many people watching the stream right now remember when Hurricane Katrina came through and devastated New Orleans, but that was right, I think, around that time when I was really, really getting into football as a kid. And I remember seeing on TV, there was a bunch of people in the Superdome taking shelter from Hurricane Katrina, and I was like, dang, that's so cool. This huge football stadium is being a home to a lot of people. So shout out to New Orleans. Shout out to the Superdome for staying 10 toes down and helping out their city in their time of need.
Speaking of domes like that, do you remember when the Minnesota Vikings dome caved in because all the snow?
Yeah, the snow.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was
crazy. Wild. They showed it on camera, a replay of it. I was like, dang, that really happened. That's crazy.
It's like a dome like that. That's Mother Nature for you.
That's scary.
You can't beat that.
Yeah. Peyton Elizabeth, she says, who do you think will get Devonta Smith?
If they're in on Tua, why not the Dolphins?
Yeah, I think the Dolphins is probably the best option.
If he falls to 6, maybe the Eagles. Actually, are the Eagles? No, the Eagles aren't the 6th pick. I'm sorry. Let me check the NFL draft.
I could definitely see the Eagles. Whoever, whether it's the Eagles or the Dolphins, whoever picks first.
Oh, the Eagles are 6, or the Bengals are 5. But I think the receiver is not the Bengals' number one need right now.
I don't know, bro.
You got to get some help for Burrow.
I mean, that's help. That's good help.
I think line, though. I'm just some protection.
Yeah, you can. I mean, but my thing is you can get linemen all throughout the draft, and it's all about you can develop those guys. But to get a special wide receiver, a Heisman winning wide receiver, that hasn't been done in years. To get a guy like that, I feel like that'd be special for Joe Burrow in that offense.
He's not lasting past the top 6. I mean,
definitely not.
I think Dolphins, Cincinnati, or Philly is going to take him. I don't think Atlanta will. If he lasts to 7, I think Detroit could get him too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Galladay's gone.
Jonathan Washington Jr. says, one player over the past 5 years that we let go that you wish was still here.
Easy. So easy for me.
Really? Is it that easy?
For me, it is.
Who is it for you?
Zadarius Smith.
Zadarius Smith. Okay. I like that. I mean, for me, it would either be, I would say either CJ Mosley.
Yeah,
because I really did like him, or Hayden Hurst.
That's a good one. Yeah. Hayden Hurst, I think, is a super underrated one. I like that one.
Absolutely. He had
that long touchdown last year against the Bills.
I was watching that game earlier. I was just about to bring it up. I saw that long touchdown pass to him. Oh no, it was on NFL Network. They were replaying it today.
Oh man.
Yeah. So.
What a game! What a game.
Yep. Let's see. We'll take a couple more. Questions here. Our guy Rodney Langford is back. I believe he was a Titans fan from last week.
Come on now.
Yeah, he said, "Let's go Bills. They're going to beat the Ravens down." Oh man.
Don't do that now. See, I didn't want to have to do this and all.
Yeah.
I get that you're mad the Ravens beat the Titans, but
yeah.
Come on. Come on.
Let's see. What
Ain't
else do
don't
we
look
have
good.
in here? Chris Hall says, "Yo, Sutton, do you like Rihanna? All of the Lights with Ye? Of course, that's a classic, classic Kanye West song featuring Rihanna. I also like the interlude right before that
You have
song,
to. You have
which is
to.
also iconic. But yeah, absolutely. Bands Lewis says, "Where are you from?" I am from Southern Maryland, so about an hour away from Baltimore. Yeah, so Southern Maryland.
I am from Baltimore County, about 20 minutes away from Baltimore. So
Well,
born and raised, none of that fake love over here, which kind of was
yeah,
hard last year on the internet. It's like, oh, you're a bandwagon. It's like, sure about
yeah.
that.
Let's see what else here. Jonathan Washington Jr. also asks, who produces the better wide receivers, LSU or Alabama?
This is a good question.
That is a good question. Oh man, at
I'm thinking
LSU,
LSU, Odell, Justin Jefferson,
Odell, yeah,
Jarvis,
Jarvis,
and then they're gonna have, what's his name from this year? Oh my gosh, um, Jamar Chase this year.
Jamar Chase. Yeah, it was on the tip of my tongue too.
Let me
Jamar
see their
Chase.
receivers from like LSU, and then we can go to. Cause I know
We can,
Bama has got Julio, um, a bunch of others. Let me check it out.
yeah,
So they had Odell. Um, they had Dwayne Bowe too. He was stud.
yeah, man. Just off the top of my head, I would probably have to say LSU, right?
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to see if there's anybody we missed from LSU. Then I'll go over to Bama as well.
Says that's a toss up. Mark Lopez says Bama 100%. Yeah, I mean, Ronnie Langford, LSU, Josh Price, yeah, Jamar Chase, and I don't know, man. I might have to go LSU on this one. Okay,
Let me
unless you
check.
can name me, because I mean, it's not all coming to mind right now. You know,
I'm
once
not a
guys
huge
leave
college
college,
football fan. Yeah, it's. I know I'm missing somebody. Oh, Amari Cooper. That's
uh,
true. Calvin Ridley.
yeah,
True. Henry Ruggs. Haven't seen enough from him. Jerry Judy.
mm,
And then you get Jalen Watt. I feel like if we're gonna say proven LSU, but I think Bama has a lot more potential.
that's true. Yeah,
And I mean, it also depends what Justin Jefferson does because Justin Jefferson had a better year than Ruggs and Judy combined.
right.
So I'm gonna go right now LSU, but potential wise Bama.
Let's
They had
see.
so much potential just from that list, man. Jeez.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Christopher Swain says, who do you think has the best bend of any pass rusher of all time? That's another good question. In terms of, I'll just talk about one of my favorite pass rushers growing up who I kind of, I don't want to say like modeled my game after because, when I did play football, like as a young kid, I played linebacker, but in terms of my favorite pass rusher or a pass rusher with the best technique, I don't know if you guys remember Dwight Freeney,
Oh yeah, 100%.
but Dwight Freeney, he was like one of my favorites. Like his outside rush was like pretty good, like that been on the outside, but his inside spin move was like killer. It was killer, and that's probably one of my favorites like of all time, Dwight Freeney. But what about you? Pass rushers, the best outside?
See, I'm never paid attention to the bend, but if we're talking pass rushers, I'd have put Reggie White. I
Okay.
think Reggie White for sure.
Hmm.
Um, but like me growing up, I think Strahan too. He was
Strahan
different.
was definitely a monster as well.
And
Him and the
then I
gap
guess
tooth.
Bruce Smith you could put up there, and then maybe Derek Thomas from the Chiefs.
Right.
There's been so many good ones though, and then obviously Kevin Green who just passed away. It's just there's so many. I really can't.
Rest in
But
peace.
I'm gonna go with Reggie White for me.
Okay. Okay. That's cool. Listen, guys, we're going to go ahead get out of you guys' hair for tonight. This
70
has been the
people.
Purple Rain Podcast, episode 17. We've got 70 people still in here watching live. Thank you guys so much for coming through. Just another Quick thing: if you're watching this live, listen up. If you are not, then you can ignore this. But the Ravens just dropped a hype video for the divisional round of the playoffs. So after we get done here, we're all gonna go over there. We're gonna watch that. And yeah, thank you guys for coming through. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Also, follow us on Instagram at the Purple Rain Podcast. Follow us individually as well. Follow my guy Alex at @AlexSilverman_ on Twitter. And on Instagram, follow him at simplyas10.prod. And if you don't know, he makes the best highlight videos for Ravens football, NFL football on the web. So make sure you check him out. He just came out with he's coming out with the Gus Edwards video. Make sure you follow his Instagram. He's coming out with that one tomorrow. So check that out. You actually get to see some of Gus Edwards' own music on there as well. Am I right about that?
So I don't know if I'm going to use this song. I'm kind of... I have a Pop Smoke song in my head because,
Ooh.
I really want to.
Pop Smoke.
Yeah, but I think I'm going to save the Gus his own rap song for the full season. So whenever a season may end. But tomorrow is the mixtape, with all the effects and all of that. But, the full season mixtape is little effects and just seeing how good of a runner he is. But tomorrow's for the kind of a little bit of the hype for Gus to do his thing. But not a hype video. I'm 0-4 when we make hype videos. No, not a hype video. But you can find it on my YouTube simply as Tim.
Yeah.
And a big shout out to Gus Edwards for actually reposting my video on Instagram today. Love that from our guys tagging me, so thank you for that. You can find my guy Sutton Def on Instagram and Twitter at Sutton Def.
Yes, sir. You can find me, like you said, Twitter, Instagram at Sutton Def. Like I said before, guys, give me a follow. Give either one of us a follow. Hit us up in the DMs. Ask us any questions you may have. Anything you want to know about us. Anything you want to know about how we feel about the Ravens. We're always down to talk, chop it up with you guys. So make sure you follow us on our socials as well. Also,
real quick. Yeah. If you have any good music that came out, I need it for future because the season's about to end soon and it's about to be mixtapes. Like I need music to put behind videos. If you have it, DM me, shoot me some stuff on Twitter, please. Thank you very much. I will give you credits in the comment section of my YouTube video. Thank you very much.
Yes. Simply AS10 on YouTube. And like he said, let him know if there's any song recommendations that you might have for the highlight videos, because that's definitely very important.
Preferably rap.
Something hype.
Yes,
but also, a lot of people, they ask us all the time about, why aren't you guys doing live reactions during the games, this, that, and the third. Listen, if you follow us on Instagram, you're going to be seeing some live reactions from us during the game. So make sure you follow us on Instagram. Make sure you're checking our story on Instagram because that's where you see all of our live reactions to whatever's going on with the Ravens football game. So, yeah. Without anything else, was there anything else you want to add, bro? Or
hope everybody's doing good, staying safe, staying healthy. Right. Big game on Saturday. Big game. I'm looking forward to it. My nerves are going to be very, very high, but to me, coming into the season, I wanted us to make the playoffs and win a game. We did that.
Yeah.
Let's keep on going. But
keep going.
To this point, I'm really happy with the team. Like I said before, I have tons of respect for the Bills. So if we were to lose to them, we're losing to a great team, a Super Bowl contender. And, there's no trash talk from Bills fans that came in with today, which is big. Titans fans, Browns fans, fuck y'all. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that. But anything else?
I think that's going to be about it. Join the Rain Gang. Shout out to you guys, the whole Purple Rain Gang. We love all you guys. Thank you guys for coming through. And let them know, as always, what?
As always, like our good pal Pernell McPhee, who had 6 tackles and 20 snaps, says, stay positive. That's negative.
That's negative. And we are going to catch you guys